The emergency services once again go into action on Borsigplatz. Locals call this area the Bronx. The area has a high number of unemployed, migrants, and elderly. Much has changed here.
In the past, people went to the pub if they needed something. You'd say, hey, I need to do some wallpapering. I need 3 men, and afterwards we'll go for a drink. And 5 men would volunteer.
None of my girlfriends want to come here because they say it's too dangerous at night.
I've lived here since 1960. We have nowhere to shop. It's terrible, believe me. I'm done in.
But that isn't the only story Borsigplatz has to tell. Black and yellow, the colors of the Borussia Dortmund soccer club, are everywhere. Reminders of the big moments in the club's and the square's history. In 2012, the squad held a victory parade here after winning both the Bundesliga and the German Cup. Local people celebrated together with millionaire football stars. Norbert Dickel was there on that day. He won the German Cup with Dortmund as a player in 1989. He shot 2 goals in the final. Back then, too, the victory celebrations took place at Borsigplatz.
When you drive around here and see all the people gathered, they look you in the eye and start crying. You see how much they love the club and how important these titles are for the club and the entire region. It's special. This is the beating heart of Borussia Dortmund.
The other part of that beating heart is the stadium. Dickel is still very much at the center of the action here. He's been the stadium announcer for 23 years now. He says that in tough times, the club has been a motor for the entire city.
On average, we have a crowd of more than 80,000 people. That's a European record. Over the past 3 years, no club, be it Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United or whoever, has reached those kind of numbers. That's what's special about Dortmund. People here totally identify with the club.
And the city has grown with the success of the club. New businesses have moved into the technological park. Just 20 years ago, plants and mines were shut down right across the Ruhr Valley. The area around Borsigplatz was hit hard.
This was once the industrial heartland of Dortmund. Just a few minutes from here, coal was mined, steel was made, and beer was brewed. The workers lived right here at Borsigplatz. And it was also here at Borsigplatz where they founded more than 100 years ago their very own soccer club, Borussia Dortmund.
Dickel visits the Church of the Holy Trinity on Borsigplatz. It was members of this church who founded the Borussia Ball Sports Club in 1909. An exhibition entitled Church, Soccer, and Trust in God looks back at that time. Many people here will tell you that for Dortmund, football is much more than a sport.
The Westfalenhütte industrial site was what many workers here identified with. 17,000 jobs were lost here. That's not something you forget overnight. A huge part of the industrial area of Dortmund was lost. The soccer club has helped to give something of that identity back to the people.
A sea of black and yellow. On match days, there are only 2 colors in Dortmund. The stadium announcer is in his element. He conducts the masses and welcomes the team. Rituals that the die-hard fans live for, whether here in the stadium or back at Borsigplatz. Not everyone here can afford a ticket for the stadium. Many come to watch the match together at this local fan club. People come from near and far to cheer on their team.
We feel it's a great mix of people from all backgrounds and walks of life. Football is what brings them all together. It's a good feeling.
I've been a Dortmund fan since 1973.
Dortmund is our life. True love is only Dortmund.
The club could certainly use a little love right now. Things are not going well in the Bundesliga. But Borsigplatz is no stranger to tough times. People here are holding out until the time comes to celebrate another victory for Dortmund.